it for the actor, not only with the other actors' performances, but then with picture. So we can actually see what's physically happening. And there's a lot of tweaks and things that we can do, which is, again, not to overuse the word, but it's a luxury. It's really nice to be able to go in and fix things afterwards. And so early on in my career, I started doing video games. And then I stopped for a long time because they got to be pretty much directing 75 different versions of or and it wasn't really very challenging for me because video games got to be just a lot of slugfests. But these games that have been created by Blizzard are cinematically and theatrically so interesting and so stimulating. They are like directing a movie. And so it's Blizzard that brought me back into directing video games. And so when you see some of these scenes for this new game that's coming out, Starcraft 2, you're going to be blown away. They're stunning. And so it made all of us bring our A game. All of the actors, myself as a director, to bring the best possible theatrical work to it, and it's stimulating, it's interesting, it's wonderful, and again, I don't know if I've answered your question at all. I've just sort of gone off on a tangent, but
epic.
In fact, what we have here is a really interesting beginning, because we have several more installations to go yet before we're done.
We got years to go, baby.
We have years to go, and it's just I hope that you guys enjoy playing it, watching it, enjoying it as much as we enjoy making it. And I'll tell you, the recording sessions are intense and a tremendous amount of fun. A tremendous amount of fun. And before I forget, I really have to thank Andrea Toyas, who does the casting and organizing of all the recording sessions. And she's just an awesome, awesome talent herself. And so please, a big shout out to Andrea Toyas.
Thank you, Andrea. Want to come back out? Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Toyas. Guys, the lovely Andrea has informed us that we are at the point of the panel where we will take questions and give answers. Holy cow, you guys lined up fast. Let there be lights.
We can see you now.
So there are people out there.
All right, if you guys have questions for our very talented panelists up here, let's go ahead and line up right in the center here with the spotlights.
What, brother?
I was seeing if we could ask Tricia about the Battlestar Galactica movie.
Yes, indeed.
It's like getting in line.
Hi, this question is actually for Andrea. You guys have an amazing cast for StarCraft 2, and I actually wanted to ask one quick question and then a main question. Quick question is, are you also doing the stuff for Diablo 3? And then the other question is for people like myself who actually want to get into voice acting, what would you recommend? Do you do anything like that? And for StarCraft 2, and working with these actors, what do you look for?
I think I understood that question. And again, it's because of the sound. I apologize.
Right.
You've probably heard me answer this before, but for people who are trying to get into voice acting, the key, number one, most important thing to do is acting. You have to take acting classes if you're not just an instinctual, wonderful actor from birth. So, because it's wonderful if you can do lots of different voices. But if you can't act, you're probably a lot of fun at a party. But whether or not you can actually get employed doing voices, it's questionable. So it's all about the acting. And then after you take acting classes and learn the acting terms, so you understand what motivation is and what subtext is, then you take voiceover classes to learn how to do different, everything from microphone technique, how not to pop into a microphone, how not to get wind in the microphone, how to do different voices, how to manipulate the voice so that you can use the entire range that you have. Now, you may only be able to do one voice. That doesn't mean there isn't a place for you in the animation industry. You just have to be able to do it better than anybody else. You have to be able to know how to use that voice to the absolute full extent that we might need you to use it. And then the answer that I always give about how do you actually get employed is, pretty much large, expensive gifts sent directly to my office. I'm kidding. Somebody actually sent me an enormous gift